Hi, my name is Tracey Lawrence. I'm the author of the best-selling book Dementia Sucks. I am also the founder of Grand Family Planning, a company that helps families transition more gracefully as our loved ones age and our children become adults and need to take more responsibility in the family. I also am the designer of the Family Care Survival Course because as the adult child of two parents who succumbed to dementia, I know all too well about the challenges that people face when they realize, oh my God, I'm going to have to do something for my parents. I'm going to have to take care of them. And there are some questions I really need to ask, and I don't even know where to start. So for those people, I designed the Family Care Survival Course, which is now available on the Udemy platform. That's udemy.com. So I'm here today to speak on behalf of my dear friend Renee Marie Testa Adams and her Language of Love Foundation. For a long time now, several years, we've been friends and associates, and I've appeared many times on her show. One of the things that we agree about very strongly is the need for people to be proactive, for people to plan for the possibility of crises in their lives, particularly health crises. Now, I know Renee's story very well. She impressed me so much when I first met her and learned that as a young woman in her 20s, she had a stroke while she was walking across a softball field, and all that she had to go through in order to recover from that life-changing event. And I thank God for her, and I thank God that she came through it as well as she did, and that she was able to take what she learned during that process and create a charity and a foundation in order to help others who would be in that position to be able to cope with and navigate through in a much more successful way. And I applaud her efforts and I support her efforts. And I hope that if you're watching this and you're listening to this, that you will seriously consider donating generously to Renee Marie's Language of Love Foundation, because there are so many people who are succumbing to strokes and who need support in order to navigate the system and come out of it. Because strokes affect us in so many different ways. You know, our brains are the computers that are responsible for everything that we do with our bodies and our minds. And so if something happens where we are incapacitated, where we are going through a health crisis, where we need the help of others to come back, to have therapy and surgeries and medications and things that we need, doctors who we rely upon in order to give us the best advice so that we can come back from these terrible situations. And Renee knows very well how urgently important it is for people to have access to resources, both from the perspective of being able to find people who can help them and also having the financial resources to be able to avail themselves of those resources, because nothing's free, and in this country medical care is very expensive. And so we want to give people the best possible chance to be able to come through with flying colors. So, if you have questions, I'm very happy to provide information. I have a great deal of knowledge and resources that I can offer you. And one of the things that I sincerely recommend to anyone, because no one has a crystal ball, no one knows what's going to happen to us tomorrow or even today. You want to have certain documentation and items in place so that if, God forbid, something happens to you, you will have the help and care that you need. And one of the things that I strongly advise is that everyone have an advocate. Everyone. And that's anyone over the age of 18 should appoint someone in their lives who can speak for them, so that if they cannot speak for themselves, the professionals who care for them will be able to speak with your chosen advocate should anything happen. So these are uncomfortable thoughts to have. They're difficult decisions to make. But I promise you, once you actually step up and you start having these conversations, you start doing your legal documents, once you have your will and your living will and your advance directives, and you've selected and spoken with people who you want to advocate for you, you can have a separate advocate for your financial life, and you can have a separate advocate for your medical situation. And everyone should think about these things and speak to an attorney in order to make sure that you have everything in place. I strongly recommend that you work with professionals, and if you don't know which way to turn, if you don't know who to talk to, if you want some ideas, you're welcome to visit my website, TraceySLawrence.com. Or if you have trouble remembering how to spell that, you can also access DementiaSucks.com. Through those websites, you can contact me, you can reach out, you can ask for resources. I'm happy to help, especially if you're a friend of Renee. So thanks so much for listening. Please give generously to the Renee Marie Language of Love Foundation, and God bless you.